YouTube, back at you again with another video. So today, man, I'm gonna try to do something real different to the Del Sol. The Del Sol hasn't been on the ground for some time now. It's been pretty much jacked up like this for the past, I'll say, 3 days, 3 or 4 days. Ever since I did the radiator upgrade install video. So this is pretty much the radiator and the setup. Yesterday, when I had a chance, I continued to let the car run to see if it'll all turn out right, and it did. No leaks from underneath or above. I checked that a couple of times just to make sure, but today I want to do another type of video, and what we're going to do today is we're going to relocate the battery to the trunk. Now, I've never done this before. I'm not a car I'm an enthusiast, but I'm not a car electrical person or whatever. But these videos, when I make them, I just do it based off what my basic understanding to cars is about. But I do want to relocate the battery to the trunk, and then I want to clean up the engine bay today. So that's kind of a little bit of what we're going to do today. So the parts you'll need, I do have them laid out just to kind of give myself an idea on what has to be touched. So as you guys can see, I have an extension cord because I'm going to use this outlet right here to power the Dremel. I'm going to cut the bottom of the battery tray, so I'm going to use the Dremel with this extension cord. I don't necessarily have to take it to the car, but just in case, I have that. I have my drill, basic tool set, some scissors to cut wires, some loom to run the battery to the front of the car, soldering iron, some forgot what this is called, heat shrink tubing, zip ties. I'm going to use this as a ground cable, a distribution block for the fuse and the starter. And I bought a basic 16,000 watt. It comes with a battery terminal. It comes with a 100 amp fuse. It has the ground cable in here, which I'm going to try to do the big 3. If I have any extra cable, I'm going to try to do the big 3 in the engine bay. I'm trying to clean up the engine bay a little bit today too. I don't need the audio cables. So yeah, so this is the basic set I have. Now that we're inside of the cabin, I know for sure I don't want the battery inside of the cabin with me. I'm going to get the distribution block, and I'm going to put the battery and the fuse box behind this carpet and hide it. I'm going to take the ground off. I'm going to take that to the trunk. And then that should be under here, here, and if I'm not mistaken, there is a hole that leads into the trunk through here. I think it's on the side where the antenna is, and then it leads into the trunk. I could be wrong. So this is gonna be like the first taking my car apart from the inside out. Man, that Black Magic smelled good. I don't know if you guys like Black Magic, but I sprayed or I bombed the inside of this car with some Black Magic, and the car still smells nice. You know what I mean? It still smells nice in here. It's kind of a reason why I've been neglecting putting the passenger seat in, because I knew eventually I wasn't gonna want the battery in the engine bay, or I didn't like this setup. I seen it in Tommy LA, and it looks pretty good the way he has it, but he doesn't show how you mount this down inside of here. So I'm like, what? How did he do it? I think he cut the battery tray and then he bolted it to the floor. But I don't know, man. I don't feel comfortable. This car already has a lot of rust spots, and I'm trying to minimize that as much as I can. All right, man. So enough of all this talking. Pull this forward. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take these off, separate them, pull the carpet from here, and I'm gonna put the fuse box. I'm sorry, the distribution. I'm gonna put the distribution block up against this. I'm gonna take off the ground, which is there. Take this out of the car. And then once I do that part, I'm gonna come over to the trunk, and then I'm gonna pretty much gut out. Now I was thinking about using this as a ground, but I'm not sure. And then to get the battery to the front, I remember there's a way here. I gotta take this off, and then I think you can pass the cable through the side to the front. If that's the way I can do it, I'll probably mount the battery like, all right, hold on, let me take this out. This is all in the way. All right, you stay there for a second. I'll probably mount the battery either here, or I need to take all this off to see what's behind here. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this off, I'm gonna pull this forward and see what type of area of ground I can use on this side. But yeah, man, this trunk is dry, no leaks, clean. All right, start taking this off. This side of the trunk pretty much cleared. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mount the battery here with the tray. The positive is gonna run along here with the loom to the front, and then I'm gonna ground the battery here and have it come out here along the carpet and to the distribution block here. I think that's what I'm gonna do. So let me just get this part taken out. All right, real quick, I need to go over something. The camera was not recording when I was taking off this back panel. I don't know, I could have swore I hit the record button. But to take off this middle part in the Delso, you're gonna have inside those little trays, you're gonna have 2 screws on each side. One goes here, one goes at the bottom. Then you're gonna have one that's here, and then you're gonna have this part clips in this with this metal thing, clips into here, and then you're gonna have those little plastic rivets, and it clips in on the other side. Real easy. If you ever need to change the fuel pump, take these 3 screws out, the fuel pump comes straight up, and snatch it right out of the car. This here is the antenna cable. I really want to change the antenna, but I just don't know when am I gonna get a replacement or anything. So whatever, let's just focus on today. So what I'm gonna do next, damn it, hopefully this time it records. I'm gonna take off these 2, and then this whole thing should just slide forward. All that recording for nothing, man. I can't believe, but whatever. You guys are seeing the progress. So let me finish taking off this part, and then I'm gonna see how I'm gonna run the wire. Now that is much better. It's a lot cleaner in here. It's a lot cleaner over here. It's a lot cleaner along the sides. I took this off to kind of have an idea of where I'm gonna run the cable. I'm basically gonna run it through this hole along the floor. I want it to come out here. I want it to come out here. So if you look across, straight hole, straight all the way back into the trunk. So it's gonna go out here. I'm gonna put a grommet around this here, along the inside of there. As I take the seatbelt thing off, through this hole, through that hole. Along here, and it's gonna stop right there underneath the ECU. That's where the distribution block is gonna go, and hell yeah. I'm gonna solder this solid to give it some good contact. and then I'm gonna put it inside of the distribution block. You have 2 outs with 2 100 amp fuses, and then the power cord is gonna go in here. So let me solder this to make it one solid piece. Distribution block, the glove box out of the way. I took off the ground cable that was there. Now let me just get the power wire, and I'm going to show you guys how I'm going to route it. Yeah, I think I'm going to do it like this. Yeah, this is better. It's going to come out, and then it's going to connect to the battery right here. But what I was looking at is kind of strange. I don't really understand this terminal. I understand the power goes into these two, right? And then to tighten it down on the battery is this guy. But I don't know. I'll cross that bridge when I get there. I don't want to start confusing myself. So let me put the cable loom, and let me show you the inside. So basically the cable is gonna run through there, out that hole, but this right here is kind of sharp. I don't want that power to be, the vibration of the car to cut through the cable, so I'm gonna put a loom here. All of this is safe through here. I'm not gonna put a loom there, and then it's gonna go all the way up and into the distribution block. That is the goal. So let me get started on the loom. I'm gonna get my Dremel, and I'm gonna try to cut this off, or I can get my drill and then try to drill these out and then take it off. If I can take this part off, oh man, I'm golden, because that one bolt will hold this straight across, and then I'll use this to hold the battery down. All right guys, safety first. All right, welcome back guys. So I finally got this part off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean this up a little bit, and then I'm going to paint. Thinking, did he just paint those gold battery tie down hooks gold? Yes sir, we're going gold boys. And also I painted the battery tray holder metal frame all white. So just waiting for that to dry, and since that's drying, I'm gonna prep the inside of the car. While that's drying, I've already loosened this bolt here, and it's a perfect fit. So this is gonna be where it's gonna go. Once I put the bottom carpet down, I'm afraid that I'm gonna have to cut this so I can get to the spare tire, but maybe I won't. Oh, I hit my leg on a tow hook. Oh. All right, so pretty much I got this. Okay, so pretty much I got this part put together. I am going to use the cover so that nothing hits it and causes problems with the car. I put the old terminal to the battery for the negative, and it's basically tucked underneath, and it's grounded there. So that's going to be the ground. So all I got left really now is to put the battery tray and I'm going to put all the covers and everything back on this side and on this side. So basically what I'm going to do now, this bolt fits in this hole perfectly, just like that. And then I had cut the carpet, as you guys saw a few minutes ago. Now what I'm going to do, whenever I need to get something out of here, I'm going to lift this sideways and leave that blocked off. I don't want to actually go in there, and I don't want the metal to bang against the metal. So I'm going to thread this through. Like that. This thing is starting to become a nuisance. Okay, so I'm going to thread that down, and then booyah. Let me grab the battery. Put the tray in here like this. And then we want to put the battery inside of its holder. And you're going to connect the battery terminals. It cooperates. Here. So the hard part is done. This part is hooked up. Now I'm going to use these hooks to hold the battery in place. I'm going to change this out eventually. Just stay tuned, and when I get one, I'll record myself posting it and installing it on the car. So let me tighten this down real quick, and then we're going to do our first start to make sure the car works. But I'm sure the car works. Oh my God, it's tight. So what I'm about to do now is I'm going to start the car for the very first time. The car should start without a problem. So let's see what we got here. And no start. So got to start over. Guys, so I finally got it grounded right. What I ended up doing was I grounded it to the strut tower, because that was a bad ground and the one down there was a bad ground. So car is running, as you guys can hear. I also made a big 3 for here, because the car would run and then it will idle real bad. So I felt like it wasn't really getting enough power back to the battery. So now that we got the car running, I'm gonna put the car on the ground, take it for a quick spin, and that should be the end of this video. So let me put the car back together, and I wanna thank you guys for watching my Honda Del Sol battery relocation to the trunk of the car, which is right